It is what it is.
We're all sick from disinformation. We all live for twisted sensations. Kids are safe but too well behaved to feel. Never heal with the fakes. Go make something real.
If what you've always believed in was not considered treason, business will be booming, writing news with no meaning. Take it or leave it, the way you see it is the end result. Angels and demons.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Hope everyone's having a great day. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. If you have not hit that subscribe button, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll really help the channel out. We're up to 1,100 subscribers. Let's see how long it takes us to get to 1,200 subscribers. Alright guys, so we're a couple of days away from the end of the semifinal round. And we currently have 137 responses. Let's take a look at how the brackets are going. So bracket 1, Accountability for All has taken over the lead from News Now Patrick with 55.9% of the vote. And in bracket 2, we have Auditing the USA with 56.6% of the vote ahead of Carolina and Fort Worth. There's still a couple of days left. You guys have until Sunday night to continue with the voting. So if you want to, go ahead and vote. The link will be in the comment section of this video. And like I said, Monday we will have the results and the finals. Okay guys, so today's video, we discussed it a little bit in the live today. We talked about Josh's video where he's helping the homeless individual. Well, we're going to take a closer look at kind of what Josh was saying in the video, and then we're going to look to see if what he was saying checks up with some facts. So let's go ahead and play a part of this video.
Yeah, wake up. Sorry?
Please don't touch him.
Don't touch him. And you are?
I'm answering questions.
I know who you are.
This is a public place.
Yeah, get up.
He doesn't have to. This is a public sidewalk.
You gotta leave him alone, brother.
The Supreme Court has ruled that there's no better place for slumber. A person without an address can slumber on a public easement. Think about what you're doing, man, because I'm gonna have you all over YouTube.
Yeah, man, I've seen your videos.
I know you have. That's a good thing. Thanks. You subscribed?
Hey, come on, you gotta get up, man.
He has to go nowhere.
Go ahead and get up. I'm sorry.
There's a public easement. Don't touch him again. We have that on camera.
Then get up.
Supreme Court has ruled that he can stay right there. Sir, are you homeless? You're homeless? He's all set. He's good, man. Leave him alone.
Good to go.
Good to go.
And what do you think he's going to do by sleeping anyways?
Stop violating people's rights.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Okay, so the claim is that the Supreme Court has ruled that if they have no, Josh is saying that they can sleep on the street if there is no better place for them to sleep. So meaning, basically Josh is saying if they're homeless, they don't have a home, they can sleep on the sidewalk. Josh's claim. Let's take a look at exactly what really is going on. So, Supreme Court let stand ruling that protects homeless who sleep on sidewalk. Oh, Josh could be correct here, couldn't he? Let's find out. Keep reading. The Supreme Court refused Monday to hear a major case on homelessness, letting stand a ruling that protects homeless people's rights to sleep on the sidewalk or in public parks if no other shelter is available. The justices, without comment or dissent, said they would not hear the case from Boise, Idaho, which challenged a ruling by a federal appeals court. The outcome is a significant victory for homeless activists and a setback for city officials in California and other western states who argued the appeals court ruling undercut their authority to regulate encampments on the sidewalk. Okay, so basically according to this section, he's half right. He's right in the fact that if there's no other shelter available. So essentially what we're understanding from this part is if they're homeless and there is no other shelter available, then yes, they can sleep on the streets. So Josh was half right from what we're going on here, but let's move on a little more. We want to make sure we're clear on that, sis. We don't want to call Josh, telling half truths, especially if he's not. So let's find out if there's what else this article is saying. All right, so here he says, lawyers for the homeless argue it was cruel and wrong to punish people who have nowhere else to sleep at night. They won a major victory last year when the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that prosecuting people for sleeping on the sidewalks violated the Eighth Amendment's ban on cruel and unusual punishment. The appeals court ruled in 8 other western states and said a city ordinance violates the Eighth Amendment insofar as it imposes criminal sanctions against homeless individuals for sleeping outdoors on public property with no alternative shelter in them. The legal case had arisen a decade before when Robert Martin and several other homeless people were given tickets or fines of between $25 and $75 for camping on the sidewalk. They then joined a lawsuit that challenged the punishments as unconstitutional. A large group of West Coast cities, including Los Angeles, had urged the Supreme Court to hear the appeal in the city of Boise versus Martin. They said the creation of a de facto constitutional right to live on sidewalks and in parks will cripple the ability of more than 1,600 municipalities and the Ninth Circuit to maintain the health and safety of their communities, wrote lawyers for Boise. Okay, so essentially, we're pretty much getting the same thing. That it gives you a little background of what happened, and then what their lawyers were arguing, and that it violates the Eighth Amendment, ban on cruel and unusual punishment. Which, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with that, or do you think they're taking that a little too far? There's a little bit more here I wanted to read. So right here it says, Los Angeles City Attorney Michael Fiore had urged the court to hear the Boise case and review the Ninth Circuit's opinion. The lack of clarity of the Boise decision, combined with its sweeping rationale, makes more difficult the effort of Los Angeles to balance the needs of its homeless residents with the needs of everyone who uses our public spaces, he said. He questioned whether the city must have shelter available for all 36,000 homeless people before taking enforcement action against a single unsheltered individual who refuses an available shelter bed in one of the city's regional shelters, just because shelters at the opposite end of the city are full. That brings up a very good point. That's how I read it and how I understand it. There needs to be an alternative in order for them to be able to enforce their city ordinances. That's what I read, how I understand it. That's what it sounds like to me. And I think if we go back later here, they ask questions in the right here. Why is this a big deal for Los Angeles? It essentially leaves in place the status quo, meaning LA and other cities cannot prevent people from sleeping outdoors on public property when there aren't enough shelter beds available. Los Angeles County has nearly 60,000 homeless people, most of them living on the streets in encampments, which pop up faster than city sanitation crews can dismantle them. So, I mean that. It basically means that in order for someone to legally be able to sleep out on the streets, there needs to not be enough beds, shelter beds available for them, which is the case in, I believe, almost every single city. There's never enough shelter beds because there's just so many homeless. We have such a homeless problem here in the United States, California, New York, all these places. There's a big deal. So, yes, they can sleep on the streets, but there has to be either all the shelter beds have to be full. It can't be any empty beds, or there can't be enough of them for the number of people that are homeless, which is probably always going to be the case. So, I guess technically Josh was right that the guy could more likely sleep on the streets, but I think they're right. They need to define that a little better. They need to define it a lot more so it's more clear. But Josh, again, half truths, he didn't go as far. Now he just said the dude can sleep on the street no matter what, which wasn't necessarily the case. All right, guys, tell me what you think. Do you think that the city should be able to do that sort of thing? Is it a violation of the Eighth Amendment What is your opinion on people sleeping on the streets? Should they be allowed to do it if they don't have a place? And even if there are shelter beds available, and maybe they don't want to because they don't play well with others, or for whatever reason, what do you guys think? Should they be allowed to do it? Should they be punished for it? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you guys vote. You have a couple days left till Sunday evening. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day. And please like, share, subscribe, and discuss. Peace.
I can't believe you two took that raving lunatic seriously. What do you think this is?